This past year, we had the incredible opportunity to travel to Italy on 3 separate occasions, and every time I documented our trip on a different set of film cameras. This was not exactly by choice, but because of the unfortunate fact that my film cameras kept on breaking and I had to keep buying new ones. While that was a huge bummer, it did give me an opportunity to try out new cameras every single time and learn how to use different formats of film. For our first trip to Italy, we started in Positano and traveled north through Rome, Venice, and the Dolomites. I shot everything from this trip on the Leica M6 with a 35mm Leica Simulux lens. Unfortunately, this camera went into repair shortly after this trip, so these are actually the last international travel images I have on it, for now. So my favorite shots from our trip are probably the ones from the Dolomites. Although we were hiking midday with pretty harsh sunlight, I just find the dynamic range on film to be so good that the colors turned out beautifully and I was super happy. For our second trip, we decided to live in Florence for the month while I had booked a bunch of shoots there. At this point, my Leica was already sent to repair, so I needed a new film camera to replace it. I always wanted to try shooting film formats, so I decided to buy a Mamiya 6x6 for the trip. I ended up absolutely loving this camera, and the only thing I don't love about it is the fact that there are only 12 shots per roll versus the 30 to 35 I get from 35mm cameras. I had to go through a lot of film, which was super expensive, but the resolution is truly insane, so it was still very much worth it, and I was really impressed with the results. Finally, for my third trip to Italy, I came back to shoot a wedding in Sorrento, which was on the beautiful Amalfi Coast. I decided to leave my Mamiya behind and grab my dad's very old Zenit 11, which he actually used to document my childhood with. I would have never thought the Zenit would produce some of my favorite images to date, but it did. This camera was super easy to focus, so I was able to capture more spontaneous moments more easily than a rangefinder, and the 44mm lens on it was the perfect lens for Italy. All in all, it was a really fun learning experience using different cameras every time we went back. Let me know in the comments which camera you think produced the best results, and if you really like any of these images and want to hang them in your home, you can buy them as a print through the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram at InaYes. See you in the next one!